First of all, being so-called mentally in conscious of something, that's not conscious for me. People who study psychology and then analyze with their minds their behaviors and try with their minds to outmaneuver their own minds, you're an idiot. You don't understand how this goes. It's so much deeper than that, and it's at the end of the day, it's chemistry. It's not the mind. There is no such thing as mind separated from the body. It's one and the same. The mind creates it has a certain kind of, it creates a pattern that creates a chemistry. And the addiction is to the entirety, the mind and the chemistry. You're a junkie. So you can't, it's like talking to a person who smokes cigarettes. And then you're going to tell them, cigarettes bring cancer. My great-great-grandmother died of cancer. My sister died of cancer. And you're smoking. The person just keeps on smoking. And let's say they say, okay, I'm going to quit. They're not quitting for the right reasons. They're quitting because their mind is trying to override their basic modus operandi. There isn't an actual shift because the addiction is still there. That's why most people, when they're drunks and they go to AA, this is something that I said is in AA, not because I've been to AA, but as I was told, it's like, well, once you're a drunk, you're always a drunk. You may not have drank in 10 years, 15 years, but you're always in AA because something is still there. The issue is still there because it's a chemical, biological drug, fix, fetish that activates your system. So you can't outmaneuver it because now you've understood the 6 steps, the 6 adjectives that describe that behavior. Okay, now I have a full grasp on narcissism. Really? So no, that's not how it works. Because the disease is at the level of the nervous system. The mind and nervous system are like this. So, the consciousness means you're actually in the experience 100% fully. In the experience of the chemistry of the body, of the nervous system, of the emotion that is generated by the thought form and the mind construct. The whole thing, you are in the experience 100%. That's where the consciousness arises. Not by observing yourself from here. That's not consciousness. That's called the schism of your mind. It's like a split in your mind and you go here. That's not consciousness. That consciousness is not your mind splitting itself and looking at itself. Consciousness is you. And unless you surrender totally and completely to an experience and establish yourself in it totally and your feet hit rock bottom, quote unquote, that you establish yourself, you go down into the pelvis and you're totally down to earth and exhale and stop resisting or going towards it. You can't exhale. You can't ever be in the experience and surrender totally to it. You cannot arise. You're always spinning, either trying to control, fighting for it, or running to it. And you are consciousness. It's your very nature is consciousness. Consciousness is not of the fucking mind, like these idiots are trying to tell you. Consciousness is not of the mind. The mind is a robot. It's a machine. There will never be a fucking machine that is conscious. It may simulate consciousness. It may pretend to be conscious. It cannot be conscious because the element of consciousness is not there. Life is not in the fucking machine. But you can create a machine or a mind that is so intricate and so precise and so developed that it can pretend that it's conscious. So anyways, this brings us to spirituality, which I don't want to really talk about because I don't like the word spirituality. It annoys me. But who is I? That is the question of questions. And that people think that the mind is intelligent. The mind is a robot. It's code. So something else brings the consciousness. What and who and what is that consciousness is for you to discover. And in the healing journey, you start to discover that, oh, okay, there's something that exists that is not the mind. Or maybe it is a very, 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 very deep aspect of the mind, and I have to go further into the journey of discovering who I am to discover who I am. And maybe at the end you'll find that you're just mind. Who knows? But the point is, there's something else than your superficial chatter of the mind that itself is experiencing something. And I'm not talking a split in the mind that looks at itself like these fucking psychos in their little meditation retreats. No, that's not what I'm talking about. Trying to control everything. Who is trying to control? What is trying to control? It's the mind that's trying to control. Anyways, let's not go further down that rabbit hole for today.